Guys, what is going on? I am having dinner here. I don't know if you guys know about shakies, but this dumb Doug, I threw one of these things to him, and it went under the door, and I was trying to dig it out of the door. Crazy. How's everyone doing? Really? $50? Are you gonna give me $50 for me saying? Oh yeah. By the way, let's see. Pop out chat. Yes, let's do that so that we can have way more chat available. Sorry to be eating. By the way, did I start this thing with "Hey guys"? Good morning to a what? Good morning. It's 8:31 p.m. here in California. Welcome everyone. We're going to be talking about fake batteries. I recently, I haven't made a video about it because I have so many videos to make, but I think I am going to definitely make a video. Because it's a thing. Like, you go into this AliExpress, by the way, and there's a ton of, like, people, Toys for Voices, there's evil inside these Chinese cells. Homeless from Santa Clara, California. Hello, James Ledesma. Thank you for the $2. Yeah, it's crazy. There's so many of these being sold. And today I went and left negative feedback because these are obviously not LG HG2. Okay, so let's start from the beginning. Okay, well, hey, focus, camera. Oh man, I should have gotten some. Okay, never mind. Yes, Shakey's Mojo potatoes. That's what I'm eating. I'm like, should I figure out what I'm gonna have for dinner? I'm like, nah, just have yesterday's dinner or lunch or whatever. Right? If I don't eat. Shakey's. Yeah, they're still in business. When we were kids, we used to go and get the all you can eat buffet or whatever. You know what? I don't care what you say. The pizza is really good. I wish I had pizza instead of these Mojos. Next time we're just getting the pizza, no Mojos. Have you heard of the double pow cells? No, I don't know what those are. Yeah, Valley and Peck Road sucks. Wait, that's the one where we used to eat. By the way, I don't know if you know, I grew up in El Monte. The Shakey's over there, that's where we used to go. Valley and Peck. Good morning from Germany. It's 5 a.m. Wow, you're up early. Hello from Puerto Rico, Brazil. Brazilians are in the house. And no screen border skin either. Wait, what? I might just stick with the battery. So let's start from the beginning. There are a bunch of these cells, right? And they all, depending on what like the cathode is made out of, what like composition, and all of the other stuff, then it's gonna determine what kind of battery it is, how much energy it will store, and then how much energy is gonna be able to push out, right? At what rate is gonna push it out. So those are all tested. Like manufacturers make them, they mix all the components and then all the chemicals and all this stuff, and then they taste them out. The only way they're going to know what it is that they have is by testing it, right? And then once they test it, they're like, they either have a target or they just do all this, and then they, by this point now, everybody knows, you know, there's these batteries have been around forever. So when you say, or when someone says these are like power cells, right? Like these 2170s here, 30 amp, oh my God, 30 amp, 4800 milliamp hour. Max continuous discharge is 10 amps. Okay, so what is the 30 amp? 30 amp like peak, 30 amp bursts probably, right? But these are 10 amp cells. So these are really not like power cells. 10 amp cells are not, 20 amps I guess would be considered power cells, cells that can push up a bunch of power. Steven Guzman, love what you're doing. Thank you for the $5. So the only way to to find out what a cell is capable of doing is by you loading it up. You put it in its equipment. It doesn't even have to be fancy. It could be just like some charger that can test, and then you put a temperature sensor on it. I don't know what the cutoff, I don't know what it is like considered safe or not, but somewhere they pick a number, right? And then they load it up at a certain level, and if it goes above that number, then it's like, well, that's cell is not capable of pushing that much power, right? So when they say 10 amp continuous here, that means that this cell can safely push 10 amps continuously from fully discharged all the way to completely discharged without going past that threshold, whatever it is. I think it's probably like somewhere around 150 degrees Fahrenheit, which would be, I don't know, you guys would probably be able to tell me what it is on Celsius, right? So that's what will make these cells, that's what determines what the cells are, if they're power cells or they're not cells, right? So there's a bunch of like manufacturers in China that get cells and they make them and like they test them and they don't pass quality control, or they're doing a bunch of things where they're buying a bunch of our cells, right? And then all our trash, and they're like doing the same thing we're doing. We're testing them, except they're like grinding them and they're like, polishing them so that they seem like they're new. They don't seem like you can no longer see the the little things that remains of the welds and stuff. It's all stuff you can do. You can like grind that up and then polish it yourself, and you can rewrap it and you can put letters. I mean, all that stuff is fairly simple. And you can do that with old LG cells, and then you can try to sell them as other LG cells, right? So like the LG makes all kinds of different cells that have different like power outputs, right? So let's say that LG makes like cells that can put out 20 amp continuous, right? So then they'll brand those as HG2s, sort of like these ones. They'll put the brown, little sleeve, and that's a genuine LG, right? But like all the ones that couldn't, all the ones that went too high at a 10 amp discharge or whatever, then they might market those as a different model, right? They're still genuine LG cells, and there's a lot of those things that happen. There's a bunch of different scenarios that happen, and most of us, unless you are like in the industry, unless you're in the ground in China or in the factories in Korea or whatever, all these, we're just speculating. We don't know if like they're cells that are used from other manufacturers or they're genuine LGs. I've read a bunch of accounts where like people get cells that they think they're one thing and they happen to be genuine LG cells but another model, right? And so that's what I'm saying. There's people will buy. There's all kinds of schemes happening, right? There's like a shortage of this cell, for example, and there's a bunch of people looking for it. Some Chinese guy will be like, well, this one is very similar. It just can't push the same amount of power. And they look identical on the outside. They just change the thing and then put it on there. So there's all kinds of like forgery and fraudulent things happening in China. So that's why I've always stayed away from China markets, right? So when we buy all these used cells from Dell and from all these big companies, they actually have someone either in the ground over there or someone here that is trying to do their homework and not buy counterfeit cells or cells of shady or questionable quality, right? And so then they put the best, probably, if they're good companies and they do their homework, then they're only putting quality cells on their products. And so whenever those products then they go past their life, then we get them as used, then you know that they were quality cells. They were brand name or they were tested, and then they pass some kind of thing. And we get those, and then of course we test them, and if they test good, then you got good quality cells that still have some life in them. When you're ordering in China, you never know. That's the big problem. It's just big mystery, right? Because that marketplace is just, it's just stab in the dark. And so, of course, I have every, I have an incentive to find sources of sales for you guys because, you know, if I find it and if you guys buy a bunch of them, then I make some commissions, right? That's how I make money. YouTube doesn't really pay me for these videos. I still haven't been signing up any, what is it, sponsors, right? I still don't have a lot of sponsors. There's not like money coming in from sponsors because I mean there's also I'm not like a business guy, right? I don't do proposals, I don't do contracts. I'm not good at that. I would have to hire someone out, and I still don't make enough money to justify buying, paying someone to do that for me. So I just haven't been able to close any of those deals. It's not like there's a ton of people that are reaching out to me and trying to like get me to do sponsorship deals and stuff. So right now, what I find the easiest way is to actually just do performance type things, right? So I generate sales commissions, or affiliate commissions because everything that I post and stuff, you guys go and buy and stuff. But there's a lot of challenges to that, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know if I explained this to you before. Sorry if this sounds confusing or repetitive or whatever. But like a lot of you guys will click on my link and will buy 1 or 2 cells or pack or whatever to test it. And then a month later, when you guys figure out, oh, these are good deals, then you'll go straight to, the source, and then you'll buy 100, and I don't get any commissions of that, So even though I'm connecting all of you guys to these sources, I'm getting a tiny, tiny bit portion of the commissions of all the sales that are being sold because you guys because you just go, once you know who the sellers are, right? Because I'm sharing all that stuff, then you don't have to go through me. And the same thing with the sellers, by the way. All these battery guys, I'm really useful when I'm starting out, when I'm like, hey, this guy has good batteries. But as soon as everyone knows who they are, they go straight out to them, and so I have less value to them. They're like, everybody knows who I am. Why do I need to keep paying you some commissions to sell my batteries? Batteries are just keep selling. You know what I mean? Like, and so that's a problem that I'm having. So of course, I'm trying to find new sources of batteries all the time. There is going to be a ton of more battery sources coming out. We're going to be swimming in batteries. And then my job is not just going to be to find like new sources, but to find like the best sources, the ones that have the best batteries, the ones that will have the most amount, that are like more consistent. Because this is the other thing with China is like, this is a good battery. It's 3,000 milliamp hours. It'll push like 7 amps without heating up. Right? And it's like $2.50. Like, man, if I can get 1,000 cells like this or 5,000 cells like this, I'd buy them. That's a good deal. The problem is that you don't know if you can get this. I got 2 of them and they're okay. But if you buy 100, how do I know that Chinese guy? We're dealing with. Oh man, is it lagging? Hopefully it's not lagging. Yeah, we're dealing with like sellers that have no problem lying, right? And so you buy 1,000 of those cells, maybe 500 are gonna be like trash, and only 500 are gonna be decent. And the thing is, if they're using like, it's the same problem where like they're using recycled cells or rejected cells or something like that, then that means that upgrade your internet fun. Yes, is it laggy or oh, it's lagging. Oh, you know what? Last time it ended up using my phone better. So it's really laggy the whole time? Is that what's happening? Lag! Okay, let's see here. I mean, right now it seems to be steady. There we go. Okay. Yeah, guys, so... Okay, so the only way my internet thing is going to change is if I actually move, because there's just no... Let's see what my phone is doing. I might have to run this... I might actually have to run this live stream off of my phone again, like I did last time. Oh, look at that! 23, 27 down, right? 27 down. But, 30 down. Damn. All right, that's pretty fast. 8 up. 7. Okay. That actually might be better. I mean, I'm only using... Look at that. It can't even hold, like, kilobits per second. Oh, Jesus. It's bad. Okay. Let's change it. Let's change it to my phone. Forget this thing. Hotspot. I'm going to hotspot this thing. Connect my computer there. All right. We'll put my phone out here where it's a little bit high. All right. Let's do this. Yeah, this city has terrible internet. We don't have optical yet because our city council here is corrupt. At least that's what I heard. I don't know if this is true. Let me just... Oh, look at that. Am I live now? Hopefully I'm live. There we go. Okay. Hopefully it's working now. All right, we're back. Oh my God, there's 200 of you guys today. There's too many of you siphoning down all the signal here. What's going on? Anyways, all right, we're back. So I have a better connection through my phone than I do on my place here. Sucks. So I have internet through coax cable, which is, like the same cable that used to bring you cable television, right? I don't have cable television, so it's crazy. It's like, it's fast, but it just like goes up and down like this, like crazy. And so that's what this doesn't work right. Now how that works, Spectrum working, the batteries I need charging. It's their fault. Hopefully this is real internet. It's flawless now, no issues. Yeah, so my phone just works better. That's so crazy. Faster internet. I would just have to, cancel my home internet and just do phone. I actually have, what is it? Unlimited. So only once I hit 22 gigs, then they start throttling me, supposedly if I'm like in a congested area. That's actually not that bad. Let's see. Why are you always live streaming on Saturday night? Take your one out, cheap bastard. It's just, I'm a hustler. I'm always trying to make money, man. It's just, that's what happens. I'm not in that part of my life yet where I get to enjoy and enjoy the fruits of my labor. I'm still in the part where I have to hustle every day, including Saturday night. And by the way, there's 200 of you watching me, so like, yeah, you know what I mean? What are you guys doing? Explain why your phone would work better than regular cable in the house. 200 megabits in Brazil, paying USD $50. First time watching live stream from Indiana. It's almost midnight. Ooh, Holland Grass, thank you. Welcome to the thing. Can you test the Lidocaula cells? Yes, I did test them, and I posted them in the Facebook group. So, like I say, I don't know how much you guys caught of the original thing, but I don't have any more info of the 20,000. All I know is that I have a few of them, and we're gonna be testing them, and if they test out good, then the next step is to actually find out what the pricing is, because I'm not interested in their like $5, right? If they want $5 per cell, we're gonna be like, whatever. I mean, we can buy those any day on any store or whatever. But if the price is good, then now the next thing we'll be looking for a link and the whole thing. And by the way, we've sold stuff for this. This is the same guy that we sold these guys for, right? Which were a great deal when they first came out, but then because the market is shifting and because Tom is having so many good cells. Hey! No barking. then these turn out to be a little bit too expensive because he was selling for like $50 at the end. And just the market kind of shifted, which the market is actually going higher again. Like Tom keeps putting up the prices a little bit higher and higher because I think he's figuring out that it costs a lot of money to test them and do all this other stuff. And there's like more competition and stuff, which should be good for the prices, but it just hasn't worked out that way. So anyways, I think it's still like about 150. Okay, so I'm actually working on a video where I compare the prices. And I don't know the 2600 milliamp hours. Look, maybe you guys can help me out. Okay. I'm terrible at math. You guys know that. So, total. Okay. So I bought 198 cells from Tom. And I paid $320, okay? $320. And I tested them all. And that yielded 1963 watt hours, right? So almost 2 kilowatts, 1963. So how much is a kilowatt hour, right? I was trying to, like, last night trying to figure out the math on this, and my brain was dead. So I'm gonna write it here. One of you guys is gonna figure it out because you guys went to school and you guys learned basic math. What is that? Amp hours? No, this is watt hours, right? And I paid, cost was what? 230, no, 300? What is it? 320. That's my pops coming in here. How much? Come on, I can't even write here. Is per what? Per kilowatt hour. Cost per kilowatt hour. Okay, so if any of you guys want to take a crack at that, you guys will help me for the next video. I think the cheapest ones, which are the Sanyo ones, the heater ones, those turn out to be about $140 a kilowatt hour. So they're not really that cheap. I mean, depending on what the rest of them are. These are the 2600 that are, you buy them and you still have to crack them like that, right? So they're the cheap ones. The ones I bought here from the other guy that sells the, I think Terry, I think his name is, that was like $2 per cell. So I have to do the math on those, but those are like actually yielding like really good, like 3,000 milliamp hours and stuff, which is crazy. Okay, let's see. That's 160 per kilowatt hour. Oh, really? Price divided by the scientist still studying science. So 320 divided equals, no, really? Is that how that works? 160. Okay, so a lot of you guys are saying 160. I'm gonna trust you guys, right? Because 320. No, guys, come on. I mean, it's roughly the number, but I want an exact number. It's not 2 kilowatt hours. It's 1963. It's like you're missing 37. No, it's not 320 divided by 2. Don't be lazy, guys. Give me the real number. It's 16 cents per watt. 160 per 1 hour. He's giving you bunny ears. He's crazy. Pops walks by and whispers $160. That would be super. That would be awesome if that actually did happen. Okay. No, I'm not gonna take 160. It's an actual number, but it's not. You don't round up. I'm trying to be precise here. Don't you guys know? There's a lot of people that watch my videos. I get criticized for any little thing. It's exactly 160. What? Come on. You guys are gonna make me check your numbers. Are you guys gonna make me check your numbers? Let's see. I'm gonna have to. Okay, 160. Right, 160 times 2. If that's 320. Shut up! It's exactly 100. Don't tell me that. It's not 100. Okay, so there we go. Wayne says 168.42. There we go. Someone that takes numbers seriously. Wait, 163.1 exactly. 163 per kilowatt. 163. 160. Wow. Okay, so now see where we're getting to here. 160. There's a bunch of 163s. There's 168 Mexical BC, Mexicali. View algebra. Yes, I never took algebra. Well, I think I did take algebra. I was like picking my nose the entire way. Okay, so 163 works out. Okay, here we go. 163 per kilowatt hour. Okay, so there we go. If you want to get the grays LGs or the pink Samsungs, which, by the way, Tom has some available right now, go to the thing. I'd say click on my link, but my link is dead because somehow he hasn't figured out how to keep my links alive. So, yeah, if you want to get some cool batteries, then they're about $163 a kilowatt hour. Those are for untested. You still have to break them apart, do all this thing. And I'm going to break all that on my video. And so 142, maybe they are going to turn out to be the cheapest. And then they go all the way to like $2. That's what the Power to Spare guy that sells the ones that I just bought here paid, right? But of course, those are yielding a lot more. Those are 3,000 milliamp hours. So I'll do the math for that, and then I'll include it in there. Just, I'm not the best guy. I shouldn't be doing the numbers. Someone else should be doing the numbers, and I should have them as a guest in my channel. It's like, oh, you worked out all the numbers? You know how the numbers work? Bam! You know what I mean? Yeah. So here we go. Yeah, so anyways, this whole stream is about to talk about these guys, right? And so the problem with the Chinese cells is that they're a hit and miss. And they're mystery cells. You might get some good ones, like I did here, but there's no guarantee that the next batch, or if you buy like a large quantity, like most of us don't need 2 cells, right? These guys are, you know, they're doing this because they can, because people buy 2 so they can like vape or whatever, and when they don't work, you're like, it's $5 worth of scamming. You know, I got scammed $5. You're not gonna make a huge deal out of it, right? But if you buy, you know, 1,000 cells, then it's going to be a huge deal. I think someone said that they, 148 kilowatt shipped, Tom Armerman. 140 kilowatt. 140 a kilowatt? Well, that's not what I paid for them. Maybe I'm not getting the discount, Tom. So, yeah, so that's the problem with those, right? So we have to source some cells. And by the way, so yeah, these are, they said that they have about 20,000 of these, and they're 3,000 milliamp hour. Hopefully they'll work out to be that, and hopefully they're going to be in good. I think he usually, what he does, he asks me what the price should be for those. And, you know, I have to be fair and kind of look at what the market is doing, and so then I can give them a fair price. I definitely would hope that I can get you, you know, that we can lower the current price, you know what I mean? But I'm definitely not going to be like, well, you should give them for $1 each, because that's really not where the market's at. I want this guy to actually make money, and I want us to get a fair price for the cells, especially if they're brand new like this. Actually, these ones are not brand new, but the other ones are. There's 2 different models of those, and they're like both of them over 3,000 milliamp hours. And some of them are brand new. They don't seem to have any evidence of them being welded before, right? Let's see. What are you guys doing here? How many 500s do you use? Oh, I have 10 of each. I have 10 of each. Power to Spare has good cells. Yes, he does. Again, he has for about $2 a cell. That's what it costs me to buy some of those. I will work out what the per kilowatt number is. Eventually, I'll have like the known cells that we have our access to, and then put the price per kilowatt hour, right? And then there's like a link if they're available at any given time, and hopefully, that'll give you guys at least a breakdown of where you can get per price. Sometimes it's not all about price. Sometimes availability is the thing, right? When you need 1,000 cells, who cares if you can buy 20 at $1 cells if there's only 20 available, and then you have to wait months before you get some other ones. So then they're not that as useful, right? So there's a lot of factors you got to take in consideration. Hire a math professor. I have real relations with the Double Pow Lithium Factory in Sheshan. They produce 2600, 18650. Issue is they only guarantee them to 500 cycles. So here's the other thing. Good thing you mentioned the cycle thing. I'm looking into investing in a cycler machine. So this is a machine that will take some cells, you plug them in there, and it just like charges, discharges, charges, discharges, and then it'll show it to you on a PC. It'll show you the thing, and it's just going back and forth. You'll be able to cycle 500 cycles in, I don't know, in a few weeks or something. So it's kind of like a long thing, right? But it could do, multiple cells, and it would be great. And then it would be a good resource to have. Like, oh, we found these new cells, Chinese cells. Are they crap? I don't know. Let's throw them and cycle them. These guys, they test out really good, right? But they might be crap as far as like longevity. You know what I mean? Like maybe the guy that was mixing the thing to make the anode or the cathode or the whatever, any of the parts, he mismeasured or whatever, and as a result, it's like they test out good at the beginning, but 100 or 50 cycles in, they kind of just degrade and they're like crap, right? We don't know that. There's a possibility that could happen. How do you kind of prepare for that? You just put the cells in a cycler. You know what I mean? It's the same thing with like our used cells. One of the biggest questions that people get, and I'm never have been able to actually answer, is how much life do you have after using recycled dead laptop batteries cells? I don't know. You know what I mean? Like I can't even like finish building one. I don't know how long it's gonna last. I'll tell you in a few years when a few years after I build one. You know what I mean? But there's better ways to do that, and I should be able to do. And this cycler thing, it's probably going to be one of these good ways to do that. So, how about, okay, Lexley Lefter says, my friends have some bird scooters. They charge. They want to do a teardown video to see what batteries they use. Damn, yeah, do it. They're all over the place here in LA. They are kind of people that love them and hate them. Yeah, that would be a cool thing. Hey, tell them to contact me. We'll do it. We'll do a collab. I'd like to know what cells they use. I mean, pretty much they probably use. Well, they don't use these. These are 2170s. What's your dream to do with this stuff? Well, there's so many. I want to do a bunch of things. But basically this is what I'm doing. I'm living my dream here. I'm helping a bunch of people, get interested in technology, get interested in recycling. And recycling is not for everyone. Some people think they're above it. They're like, I'll just buy a thing. I'll just buy a brand new Tesla. I'll just buy a Powerwall. I'll buy a thing. You know what I mean? Like, I'll pay someone to come and install it in mine. So that's a mentality. There's nothing wrong with that. But we need less. We don't need less of it. We need more of the DIY mentality. We need more of the, hey, let's be less wasteful. Let's reuse a lot of this stuff. And that's a thing that I can get behind and I can push. And I think I'm doing, we're doing good here. We're over 20 million views on the channel, 200,000. subscribers. There's 200 of you watching right now, which is pretty cool. That means you guys are interested in doing this stuff. This is my dream. I'm living my dream right here. I can complain all I want about a bunch of things, but you know, I don't have no legitimate things to complain about. So are you stating on live stream that you are in collusion with someone to set a price on sales? Yes, of course. We're driving the market. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not just a consumer here. I'm someone that is finding sales for you. And when they ask me what's the current value, I'm not gonna lie to them and say, you know, something that's lower than current value market. If anything that I can, you know, guarantee is that I try to be honest. I try to be, you know, transparent. I try to be, you know, fair. And, you know, I'm not 100%, you know, perfect or whatever, but I will try to do that with all parties. So, you want to phrase it like that? You can. You're free to do that. I'll phrase it a little bit different. Hopefully, and I have faith that, you know, my fans or the people that are interested in my viewers or whatever are smart enough to be able to tell, you know, what I'm doing and then either get behind it or no. I mean, you know, some people think I'm like, you know, a farce. Some people think the worst of me, that I'm like the worst. I should be sent back to Mexico. I should be killed and burned alive. You know what I mean? You got any IMRs? No. Let's see. It's not collusion if he doesn't own a similar business and trying. I don't even know what the word collusion means, okay? I wonder what YouTube would say about this. Oh. What? What? Who is this Gregory Wood? What do you think about graphene batteries? I don't think much of them because I think they're starting to come into the market, so I don't know. I'll get excited once we start seeing them. I was thinking of whether I want to do a 7S or a 6S for my 24 volt inverter. 7S would probably work better. That's closer to the lead acid batteries. By the way, someone contacted me, so this is happening more and more often. I've seen it a few times now where people will contact the Chinese manufacturer and they'll say like, hey, can you make an inverter that works with this voltage? You know, from this voltage to that voltage. And then a lot of these factories in China are like, yeah, sure. How many do you want? And so that's a good thing that's happening, because then we're going to be like, whatever. You know, there's modules that are 5, 6 cells or whatever. Then we can make equipment that works on that, and that's better. That's the way to go right there. DJust787, thank you for the New Zealand $5 here. 2600 milliamp power, 500 cycles, minimum quantity is 5,000 pieces. Who's keen for a group buy? By the way, big thanks, Jehu. Thanks, Jehu, for taking so much time to make such great content for us. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, see, that's the thing. There's okay, maybe that was a little bit laggy. I got a red light here. Yeah, 5,000 pieces doesn't sound like a lot. I mean, you know, I've sold more than that in a single day, right? When the price was good, but those were, you know, $1 sales, which are not popping out a whole lot anymore nowadays. Anyone know Jehu's contact email? Yeah, Jehu@jack35. You can contact me there. I get a bunch of emails. I can't guarantee that I'm going to answer you because I get a lot of them. But if you phrase it correctly, if you are short and to the point, then and I have an answer, most likely I will answer it. So I have to make a video how to contact me, right? Because I think a lot of people don't realize that I'm a busy person. Like, I got too much happening, and so, you know, I have to make a quick judgment whether I'm gonna get involved. Like, someone last night was like, "Hey, do you want to talk to me? I'm so and so from somewhere. Do you want to talk to me?" You know, and I'm like, I don't know. Do I want to talk to you? I'm like, what's so and so? You know, the name of the thing. It was like something random. And so then the guy was like, he just gave me a short answer like, oh, it's a thing where we do interviews, and I'm like, where? Like, where are the interviews? Send me up. I'm like, 5 interactions in, I still don't know who the guy is, what he does. I'm like, no, I'm sorry, I don't got time for this. I got, way too many other comments that I need to get to, or that, you know what I mean? Like, if you gotta be smart about it, you gotta put yourself in my situation. I got too many people trying to get my attention, and I don't have enough time in the day to like do everything that I need to do. So if I am going to like say screw everything else and then the one thing that you want me to do, it's got to be because I'm like incredibly, interested, or it's interesting for me. So you gotta pitch me. I'm like, I felt like telling the guy like, man, you gotta work on your pitch, but I'm like, I don't want to be rude. I'll just tell him that I can't do it, and move on or whatever. Let's see here. Man, you guys are writing a whole lot, man. Collusion. Secret or illegal cooperation or conspiracy. Wow. Collusion. Yeah, I don't know if this could be considered collusion or illegal or secret. I'm saying it out of here. How secret is it? Okay. I really wish there was a central list of U.S. users that can vouch or rate suppliers. You really don't know what you're getting. My third purchase of LG chocolates only put out at 2100 milliamp hours instead of the 3000. Yeah, so that's a thing. We gotta do it. I was thinking about that, right? I'm like, it's kind of hard because, like I said, there's so many of them, and there's so many, like, people don't care. Like you go into this, like, listing where I bought these, right? And there's, like, just good review after good review after good review, right? And either I'm unlucky and I got, some cells that seem like they're the real thing, but once you test them, they're not. Or no one's testing them, and everyone's like, these seems like good. They look like the real thing. Pop them on. That's it, right? Now, in my case, we don't really need power cells. That's why I'm like, they're still a good deal if you can get, if this is like, you can consistently get these cells, these same cells that I got for $2.50, like that's a great deal. This is a solid LG. And I was gonna say, this is probably an LG cell. It's just a different, like, model number. They took out the old wrapper and they put the new one in here, right? And try to sell it for the more, attractive, power cell. People are looking for this because they're trying to do whatever, vape or use it on their, I don't know. I don't even know. So what the hell the power cells, I do get the applications where they're needed, right? But for us, I have no need for them. I have no use for them. I don't need to load up any cell with 20 amps. Like, that's ridiculous. I think that's dumb. You should design systems so that they don't have to do that, right? If you're building like a race car and you want to have the lightest pack, for example, right? Then you do that. If you're building a skateboard, you don't want, to have a giant pack that's extra heavy. Then you do that, right? But for what we're doing here, we're using like dead batteries, that on paper they're dead. So they are good, but it's just hard because there's so many of them. Let's see. Ooh, Island Times doing. Let's see. Walmart sells 18650 batteries for cheap. Yes, I gotta check them, man. I've got to check them. Jayo, can you post the email address in the chat? I missed the like. Have a lad on some cells from recycling center. Oh, have a lead. Oh, yeah. Let us know, man. Send me an email. By the way, guys, I get a lot of people that say, "Hey, I have some cells. You want to buy them?" And I'm like, well, no, put them for sale, and I'll send you, send me some samples. If they turn out to be great, then, I'll send you a bunch of people that want to buy cells. And then they just never come back, right? So they're they're testing the waters. They think it's like they can trick us or something, or they don't actually have a thing, or I don't know. Maybe it's selling the cells themselves. I mean, that's that's challenging. That's the reason why I don't want to do it. Why I don't want to buy another pallet of batteries and then sell it myself, right? One, it's a lot of work. Then two, if you're not like set up to accept all kinds of money, like $38,000 or $40,000 all at once, then it becomes really hard, right? And so that's where I went through the thing. So I'm like, I don't want to deal with that stuff. I'll just send you guys a bunch of buyers, and then you can sell them. Now, if you want to kick me down for doing all that work or whatever, then let's talk about it. You know what I mean? Let's see. Let's see. I've never seen 18650s at Walmart. Yeah. So there's a bunch of them, and people are making videos about them, but no one's really testing them. Testing is kind of a weird thing. I mean, it's not that hard. You can just get a thing really easy. Although, yeah, it just takes some time, let's see. How many you were didn't know you was here. Good thing I wasn't talk smack. Okay, let's see. Probably third-party sellers on Walmart. Hopefully we can do a group buy. I wouldn't mind getting like 300 or so cells. Could set up a sales for sale. Could set up a sales for sale in the Facebook group. So, yeah, I mean, I have no problem with anybody selling cells on the thing, I guess if someone's like trying to like sell fake cells and someone else, or we have like evidence that someone, I guess I would step in and be like, get out of here with your fake cells. But as far as that, I don't like that many rules. You know what I mean? Like, just don't be a jerk, don't screw people, don't be mean to people, and you're good. I'm expecting you to be like a decent person. If you're not, I could just boot you out. I know a lot of people want structure. They want like rule stuff, but I'm like, who's got time for that? I don't got time for putting out rules. Yeah, and I think people can I see people selling stuff that I have no problem with it. I think I have seen those Walmart cells tested, and they came out like 1,100 to 1,300 milliamp hours. Yeah, re-wraps. They're the cells that they're buying from the recyclers here, and then they take them over there, they test them, they re-wrap them, and then they put them in a container, sell them to Walmart, and then we buy them. We're buying our own trash, man. So what is the jump on it price for 18650? So like I said, so right now, at least the target, or where I think the market is, an average, it's about $150 a kilowatt hour. Like if you buy the Tesla modules, those are $300 a kilowatt hour, right? If you buy these Fiat ones that I have right here on the floor, those are like $130 a kilowatt hour. So that's a really good deal, and I'm gonna make a video about that and show you guys how to use those in like a little Powerwall thing, right? So it's about 150 kilowatt hours. The red Sanyos, the heaters, came out about $140. The good LG, Grace, and the purple ones are around 160 some. What is it? What did it come out? $163 a kilowatt hour. That's what those here in the States. These are prices here in the States. So that's what it's coming out. So if you can find anything, that there's large number of them, or they're like new, for example, at $150 a kilowatt hour, just jump on it. Even at 160, I mean, even at even less than that, you definitely do it. I have to work out the numbers on those to see, because I think those are on the high end. So I'd like to see what that is, but I gotta add all the I gotta add up like the capacity of all the cells, and then I can work it out, right? I mean, I don't know if I can do the average. All I can say is like, this is what I bought, this is what I got, this is what it breaks down to. Your results may vary, but this is at least a real world thing Um, I didn't. Well, he did knew that I was buying them, so that's another thing that I have to make sure that I'm able to buy cells like kind of like anonymously, because you don't want people to like send me like their best cells, because then I'm gonna make a video about them, and then everyone else get crappier cells. So I need to be able to like buy cells, just kind of anonymously get them. Then I can give you a better like real world experience, not the Jehu experience, because some people might do that, right? So, um, yeah, there's what is a Facebook group? So the Facebook group is, let's see, do I have a link for that? I should have all those links, like I keep saying. I have to look at the thing. Wow, look at that. So this is much better, right? We all agree the phone connection is much better. Let me look at the links here. I'll have to look at it. What else are you guys asking? While that loads up. Do you know who Barry Mooch is? No, I don't know who Barry Mooch is. Who is Barry Mooch? Group, right? Here we go. Copy. Here's a link to our Facebook group. Go join it. Talk to you soon, my next magnificent gravity. Thank you for joining us. Let's see this guy. From what I gather, these Chinese cells are for buses. And this is a time saying what? But they only use A grade and higher, so they are A and lower that you can get for 1/10 the price. The highest cycle, a Tesla can go around 1,500 cycles, and those were the Panasonic cells on a Tesla. So yeah, that's a big mystery. We're just kind of like trusting people that say, hey, this is a 500 cycle cell. This is we're trusting the manufacturers, and it's not like we have been lied to by manufacturers before, right? Or like they don't have a motive to like be dishonest or whatever. So I think it's time like we get some place where we can test a bunch of cells, not just capacity, not just voltage or price or availability, but like cycle life also, because right now there's none of that. We're all just speculating like, oh, these are gonna last a long time, and for the most part I think they are, but there's no real data, there's no real like numbers that we can point at really quickly. Let's see. I've been planning out a performance build, EV build, and pouch cells are lighter. Just curious if there was a compelling reason not to use them. The pouch cells? No, I mean there isn't. Everyone else is using them other than Tesla. Everybody's using LG pouch cells. You can buy the Chrysler Pacifica. Are you thinking of using those? Because, see, EV West is having great success using those. We built the Bug, right, with a dual motor. That thing can put like 1,500 amps on two strings of two of those. Then they did the Ferrari that had LG cam cells. What else is? Oh, now they have the M3, right? That car that I showed the video where it was doing donuts. It's it's got enough power to like drift. They're all using the Chrysler Pacifica cells. If you need a link for that, let me know. And hopefully you're looking into those, because those are pouch cells and they're really great. Again, we don't know longevity. We don't know. No one's done tests, but they perform really great when it comes to to power. Let's see. Get to know Barry Mooch. Who's Barry Mooch? Mooch is Lord and Savior. Who's Mooch? Let us know, Mr. Let us know what UL standard you want to power wall test it, and what about SAA testing. I think you and Mooch should do a Google Hangout. Who is Mooch? Send me a link to Mooch. I want to meet this guy now. Is it just you saying that we need to meet? Oh, there we go. Battery Mooch. Hello. Oh, and he called me Jesus. Mooch, come on. Did you just call me Jesus? Battery Mooch. Wait, can I look at your profile here? Let me look at your profile here. Go to channel. You have a channel. Let's look at Mooch's channel. Battery Mooch. There we go. There's a video. Should we watch one of his videos? Minding your max. What is that? Testing times. Oh, so you like test vape? Be careful when using infrared for reading metal. Mining. Okay, so you do tests for batteries that are. Wow, look at that. Do you only have? No, you have more videos than this, right? Oh yeah. Okay. Oh, so you have a lot of videos. Okay. Mooch News. Okay. Well, you don't have a lot of videos. And you already have 20,000 subscribers. That was a good job, man. Took me a long time to get to 20,000 subscribers. To the vape. So you're into the vape community. Look. That's cool. I don't like. Well, that's one reason why people need power cells, right? Is vaping, right? So I totally get it. If you need that, you need those amps to to make that sweet vape, then you need it. You know what I mean? Yeah, let's do something together. If you have like any insights, or I can learn from you, and we can do something together, like test some cells, do something. Send me an email. David Morin, I have 500 weird Chinese cells, and I can't for the life of me find a spec sheet for them. ISR 18650H. Yeah, so there's a number. Has anyone heard of these? Want to build a pack, but I need more info. Yeah, I mean, sometimes they're just from a little shop, you know what I mean? Like, there's not much info out there. Who is the Mooch? Just Google. Oh yeah, so I already did that. We looked at his channel. It's pretty good. Open another window. Google that. Yeah, so I already did that. So, just thinking, if you were an electrical inspector and you walked in and had to inspect a power wall following National Electrical Code standards. Yes, so that's the big problem right now, right? It's like, I see a lot of builds where I cringe, right? And I'm kind of like I like to play, dangerously, you know what I mean? But, yeah, I see some stuff where I'm like, holy crap, I don't know, man. Like, I think twice. So that's the reason for doing the whole thing. Like, I've said this, right? This is not going to be the cheapest system. But one of the benefits is going to be that it's going to be pretty solid. And if you open up a cabinet and you see a bunch of like these, things, and they're secure to them and they have nice connectors or whatever, then, no one's going to have a problem like signing off on this, being like, okay, that's a battery. It's like, okay, it looks like a battery. It's a battery. It seems well built. It seems like someone engineered it. Then it's not just a bunch of like, twisted wire with a bunch of welds on it. Like, so the designs that we've been doing so far are all exposed, and like, it's great. I think it's great to start up the the grassroots thing, but I think we have to graduate now to the next thing, where we're not afraid to show someone that is going to come and check on our work and be like, that looks kind of shady. You know what I mean? So that's the whole purpose of this thing. Hopefully, I don't know. Hopefully it's gonna be successful. I'm supposed to get the final batch or the final revision of that board is supposed to be here any day now. And then as soon as I get it, then I'll be able to just like make a large pack, right? This one I didn't build a large pack. I just gonna build 2 modules like that. And then I load them up with the cheapest cells, which are the Sanyo heaters. I have another source of those same Sanyo cells and they are well, they're way better. So I think those annual cells, I don't know if it's them. I don't know if it's the actual cell that is the problem, or the application, the use that they gave them, right? Like they put them in these little things, and that machine maybe like abused them, and maybe that's why they're so crazy now. You know what I mean? Like, so anyways, I have another ones. They come out of the laptops, but I don't know. I think they were like used. I think no, I think they were new. So I think the other batch that I have there is that same cells, but it's like brand new, never used. Uh, so they tested a lot better, and I didn't get any heaters whatsoever on that batch. I think I'm gonna build 2 blocks like that, and then I'm like, put them and just load them up and see, we can like load them up to 1C or something, and then see, what the heat will be, the build up like that on a module. There was still doing some test or whatever. Kenny, J. Kenny says, Justin, right? How much are those 4,000 milliamp hour pouch cells you showed a while back going to cost? Oh, I don't know. So Tom hasn't decided. If Tom is watching this, Tom, how much are these little pouch cells gonna cost? Oh my God, what's going on here? Do you have any? Idea? These we're trying to figure out how to make a circuit board for these guys so that we can just, because they come with. It'll be a shame if you guys have to like cut all these little cables and stuff, right? It'd be like, just plug them in, put double sided tape on them, or put a zip tie on a board or whatever, plug them in, then you got 24 volts or 48 volts or whatever, and then you make modules also that you can stack, put them in a cabinet or something, then you got all these cells. It wouldn't make sense if we only have a few of those, but I think we're gonna have a lot of those. So we got to talk to Tom. He's the one that's gonna decide on what the. Yeah, only moderators can't post links. Yeah, sorry about that. I can't make everyone a moderator. I don't. Does it show the moderators when you try to post links? I think maybe it does, because I have allowed certain links so when people go on there, whatever. Jehu, just wanted to thank you for inspiring me to build my portable ammo can power wall. Currently working on a 4 kilowatt solar generator for my work truck. All right, thank you. Glad to be of service. Will do. Mailed you once earlier about something, but didn't get a reply. Oh yeah, sorry about that. I probably just skipped it because I get too many messages. I'll keep an eye for yours this time around. Let's see. Prefer storage. These anything? Okay, so this is just too big for skateboards. What are those? LTO. So actually, for my next battery, skateboard battery, I got a bunch of the 2170s, right? Woo! I didn't get a lot of them. I got 24 of these, which were a freaking fortune. I think it was almost like $300, 280 bucks. I think it was like 280 bucks for 24 of these guys. These are 5 amp hour cells. They do 10 amp continuous, or so the wrapper says. I'd have to test them. In fact, I should test those right now. So I got a brand new. Here's something else, guys, that happened. I'm testing a bunch of equipment all the time, right? And I don't post it because I'm like literally working like on 10 videos, but it's really more like 15 videos that I'm working, and it's like, hey, where is it? This thing here, I got it, and it's cool. It's pretty amazing. You should like the program. So this is the Rev Electrics. This will do 2,000 watts, so 1,000 watts per side. It's two chargers put together, in the same box, but it's a synchronous. So I think you can synchronize and do up to 12 cells at the same time, and this will treat it as one, like, you know what I mean? So you will be able to do, and they make this on the 8 Power Lab 8, which I have no idea why I didn't buy. Oh, because I couldn't find it, right? I didn't actually go to the actual website of the Revolectrics. So I think if I figure out how to use this, the thing is that this touch screen here, and it's got this bump technology, which is allows you to like make, like put all the settings in these little bump things that you can put on your packs, and all you have to do is like, it's a near field thing, and then you put it in there and it just sets all the settings so you don't have to like mess around with them, and you have a bunch. Great for the RC people, right? Not so great for me, someone that just wants to like check some batteries, right? Like some weird batteries where. So I don't, this might be the greatest charger for RC people, but it's just too many features to sift through to get. I couldn't even test one cell. I haven't been able to test one cell yet. It keeps getting me an error message. You know, it's a single cell, and it keeps getting me a voltage error, and I'm like, and I tried connecting it different. You know, I should know how to get my way around these chargers, because I mean, I have the older ones, and the older ones are amazing, which they are on discount, I think, now, because they're discontinued. So I think they're just blowing them out. I'm gonna be like, maybe I'm just gonna sell this one because I got rid of the box. Stupid me. Maybe I'll raffle it out or something, and then just buy some of the older ones, because the older ones are amazing. The only thing that kind of sucks is that graphing thing. So when I upload the graphs of the battery tests and stuff, I have to do a lot of work to them. I have to like screen capture it, then put it on a thing, and put them together, and then like, you know, it'd be great if I didn't have to do any of that stuff. And I think this one looks a lot better. It's got a mobile app, which is great because I really hate using Windows, and I have to use Windows on a virtual machine because I don't own any actual, like, you know, Windows machine, a PC. I don't have a PC. I just have Macs, and I refuse to get a PC because I just, you know, I like my life without the PC. There was a time of my life before the Mac and then after the Mac, and I like the part of my life after the Mac so much better. Yet I still have to use PCs for some dumb thing, you know, like drawing, for example. The CAD program that I used to use to draw all of my parts was only available on PC, and so for that reason I have to install it. And then this is the other part, the other reason, because this charger only has software for PC, right? And so, but except for this new version, this one actually has, there's an app for my phone, for my iPhone. And so if I can completely skip the whole, you know, PC thing, computer thing, oh, it'd be great, because I can just like do screen captures on my phone. Then all right, I'm back. Hopefully hopefully you guys didn't all go away. Do I have a thing screen that says what you guys are doing? Oh, there we go. All right, everybody's here. What have you guys been talking about? What did I miss? I want to do the same, having issues with one pack and suspect is the BMS. By the way, or at least that's how I think it would be classified. So, can I charger do 14S charging, and does it have internal BMS charging, or did you? Oh, by the way, here's a couple things talking about muscle tone. Really? So I got this little board. I don't know if you guys seen this. They're popping out everywhere. I don't know if I got this like on Amazon or I got this on eBay. But this is just a balancer. This is just a balancer. This is not really a full BMS. It doesn't have the MOSFETs that turn on and off. This is just a balancer. It'll just always try to keep balancing. And I think it's the same thing that's in there. Yeah, and I think those are resistors, so I think it just burns into those guys in there. And this is for a 7S. And I thought, well, let me try it. Let me try it and put it in one of these boards here. right? We'll do the, we'll do the thing here, and then we'll load up some batteries that are like way out of balance, and then just check them out, just see what it does or whatever. This is like super cheap, and if we need to do like more or faster, you could just, hopefully we could just like parallel a few of these boards in here, to balance like really quickly. Um, of course, there's always the problem with these BMSs that get your batteries and discharge them way too far. Uh, be be badass D. Thanks for the $10. I did this battery. Okay. So I built this pack a while ago to test out this BMS board. This is a 7S 20 amp. 7S 10 20 amp board. And I have all these cables here. This is to connect to the charger, right? To connect the charger. And then this is to connect one of those loggers to be able to see what voltage each cell is at, right? Well, I did it, and then I left it there sitting for a couple of months, a few months actually. And yesterday I was trying to play with it, and it was completely dead. Like the BMS had completely killed my pack. Which is a huge problem because the BMS has one job, is to protect your cells. And instead is the cost of your cells being dead. That's not a good thing. So I had to do a lot of work to get this thing back on. Let's see where it's at now. And look at that. It's sitting since yesterday, right? BMS has one job. Balance your packs and and protect them. And this BMS is not doing either one of those things. So what is discharging that pack? Group number 5. What's happening there? I don't know. I don't know if it's the BMS. I don't know if it's the batteries. Oh, by the way, these are all batteries that were brand new. I bought them from Tom. Or Tom's guy sent these batteries by mistake to me. I bought some other batteries, but I got these. But they were brand new, so I put them to use, building these packs here. And this was like a pretty balanced yesterday when I finished charging it. And it's just been sitting there on the table, and it's like it's getting unbalanced. I guess there's a chance that maybe one group is bad or something. I don't know. But that's the problem. That's the problem with BMSs. I don't trust them. Hey, Beauty Badass said some D. Thank you for the $10. Is that how you pronounce your name? I'm watching this at 6:54 a.m. Wow, where are you? Which software do you use for editing? Final Cut Pro. And 10S to 7S. Let me turn my thing on. Have you seen Mr. Teslonian? No, I haven't seen Mr. Teslonian. What is Mr. Teslonian? Put up a... Oh, you can't put up a link. Send me a link. Jehu at Jack 35. Super expensive though. I think it's there for the iCharger. I think it's $280 for the iCharger Dual. Yeah, that's... I think it was more for this guy. I think, yeah. I think... Oh, man, you guys are all gonna go buy them. I don't even know if I want to share this link with you guys. Let's see. Revolectrics. So, yeah, I think that charger, the Duo charger, is really expensive. Revo USA. Shop chargers. Let's see. So the 8. Hey, come on, check out. No, Where are the old ones? Mm-hmm. Oh, here we go. Cell Pros. The old ones. Oh, there's a 4S version? Come on. Power Lab 8. So they have... Woo! Oh, that's the new one with the thing. Come on, where is it at? I saw him yesterday and I thought, man, that's a great deal. Oh, do they have like a blowout section or like discounted or something? Maybe that's where it's gonna be at. Battery chargers and battery management. Um, I saw them. They're like super cheap. The older ones, the Power Lab 8s, not the non-touch ones. Oh, I see. This is Rebel USA store. I think I have to go to the other place. Okay, Rebel Electric's products, chargers, Cell Pro Lab series. Yes, that one right there. Discontinued. Look at that. So if you click on the thing there. Oh, no way. This category is no longer available. Did they sold out from last night to today? They had them really cheap. Okay, let's go to the Singapore one. Oh, this category is also empty. Come on. Oh, yesterday it was working. Seriously. Online store. Anyways, yeah, if you can find the old ones, they're really good. But I think they're like $300 and some dollars, $350, $360, some of that. They're kind of expensive. The new one, the Power Lab 8, that is got okay, here we go. Power Lab 8. It's $329. Well, and it's out of stock too, by the way. $229. So there's one that couldn't meet the power levels. So it's like, it's called Second or something, and it's only 800 watts. So that one is at a discount, $229. But yeah, well, I don't know. Maybe it's a good thing that I'm not gonna show you the ones where they're super cheap. Maybe I can buy some still at the right, at a highly discounted price. You need a Discord service. Yeah, people keep saying that. Let's see. After I make that Powerwall, I'm going to start building none of my second car to make it electric. I can't wait. Yeah. Don't know how Mr. Teslonian hasn't blown himself up yet. Which one is... Who's Mr. Teslonian? I have to look at him. Let's see. Is it better to measure the temp with the thermal couple built into the packs for charging? Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's a good way to do it. You can just put them on there, put them on the surface of the cells, and then that way you can see where it's at, you know. Over 40 miles, but I have to pedal help, and that is mostly flat. Not too many climbs. I'm working on revising the controller to minimize the assist and increase range. So I think it's crazy that you guys are... It's 40 miles attainable on an e-bike, or is that hard to get, or is that a lot? Because I get 40 miles on my e-board, you know, and it wasn't that hard. All I have to do is use... did I use 50 cells? I think I did use 50 cells, and I used the 3400 milliamp hour cells, and it goes 40 miles. And you know, I did 20 miles, and then it was like exactly at half, and then I did the other one later, right? And then I charged it, but I did 20 miles straight, and then the other 20 miles just, you know, going up and down in different times or whatever. Can you tell me what AC inverter you run on your Tesla power? So I have kinds of them, right? I'm actually using a UPS, and I'm not running my entire home off of that just because I don't have a battery large enough. Hey, where do you get off my table? The dogs could smell the food here, so that's why that guy's crazy. He doesn't know. He doesn't know no for an answer. Hey, oh, come on. What do you think about a buyback program for used vape cells? Huh. So, I mean, I'd say it would be a great idea, except for the fact that vape cells are basically torture cells, right? They're run at like above spec a lot of the times, right? I mean, I know some of these mods now are running in series, so you're bumping up the voltage, and as a result, you're able to get the wattage that you need with like loading the cells less. But still, I'd have to look at those cells that are no longer useful for that, and then I think they're mostly gonna be all dead. You know what I mean? Like, or I mean, I don't know. You'll have to get some, and I think it would be interesting to check it out because we don't need power; we just need capacity mostly. Oh, and that's the other thing. You're talking about cells they never had a lot of capacity because they're power cells, right? I mean, some of them now do, like like the real HG2s that are about 3,000 milliamp hours or whatever. Let's see. I need a checker that's cheap. What kind of checker? Patrick Sullivan is doing the Hitler salute. Is that what you're doing? Sorry. Patrick Sullivan. Wait, Patrick? Do I know you, Patrick? The name sounds familiar, man. Let me see. Do I know Patrick? No, I don't know Patrick. Okay. Well, I do know him now. How many amp hours is that? Do high drain power cells usually also allow for higher amp charging? What is good for the resistance on new cells? So I'd say, you know, below 100 milliohms I think is good. Fernando Rivera's in the house. Did I make it on time? Yes, you did, Fernando. I don't know if higher power. I mean, yeah, it would make sense, right? So lower internal resistance, right, and are able to push power in and out easily out of the cell. So it should work both ways. So if it can push a ton of power out, you should be able to push power in. But this is the mechanics of like charging a cell. It's what gets. It's where the limits are at, right? Like you can do, you know, up to 80% or up to 80% of the capacity. You can do that quickly on most cells, and they don't care. It's just the last 20% that you have to slow down because all those, you know, all those electrons have to be crammed into like every single little, you know, spot that is still available in that in the graphite, I guess, right? So it's hard to like do it fast, right? It's like it's just the mechanics of the whole thing. So you can't. It doesn't matter which cell it is, as long as it works on the same, you know, on the same concept. Then I guess you're limited by that. You need to focus on watt hours, not amp hours. Yep, watt hours is the total story, where amp hours is just half the story. Ah, what are you doing? Give him a bite. No, that guy, it's a terror. He's a terror. I'll give this guy. Okay. on the UPS that you use, does it turn off on you because it thinks the battery are dead when they are not? No. So I've actually, I'm using 36-volt batteries for a 36-volt UPS. So it actually matches quite good. So it actually shuts down right when the batteries are dead. And I've done this test before, and I don't, yeah. And right now it's actually not, I'm not using the Powerwall because it's like missing parts and I haven't worked on it. And I have half of the parts out here because I'm working on another Powerwall that is going to do peak shaving. All right, so I'm trying to work on that video, and I think I have all the parts. I just got to do it. And it would be great. Man, that's already the 4th. It would be great to start at the beginning of the thing, like finish it by the beginning, so I can totally see like 1 month of usage, and then boom, right as soon as the next month started, like how to do. Although I think my billing cycle starts on the 14th, so maybe I need to hurry up, do it before the 14th, so that I can get it into the next, just so that I can show it clearly, you know. So a crazy thought just hit me. I'm thinking it would be possible to make an E-plane. What can you see going wrong? I built ultralights using IC engines. Yeah, people have done it. There's a few people that are doing that. There's one that actually uses about less than a Tesla. It's like a personal like craft that you can fly, and it's still small enough where like you don't have to have like a pilot's license or something, but it'll fly. And I think it uses like 250 watt-hours per mile or something. It's pretty crazy. And it's been on their, it's been on development for a long time, like 8 years or something. I'm going to build an E-plane. There you go. A USB power bank will give out 1 or at most 2 amps, so a regular high capacity cell will work. Yeah. I have an e-bike stealth bomber. What? Wait, why are you yelling at me? Did you eat? I think this guy's hungry. Although they're never not hungry, which is kind of weird. No, get out of here. I'm busy. Let's see. Hello from Poland. Poland is in the house. What are your thoughts on running lead acid deep cycle batteries on a truck where weight is not a consideration? Have enough weight capacity for 2 ton of batteries, maybe hybrid with lithium ion peak. Well, I mean, yeah, you can do it. People have been doing that for a long time. The first wave of DIY electric cars from the 80s, 70s, 80s, or whatever, they're all lead acid based batteries. So you can do it. If you have access to cheap lead acid batteries, do it. YouTube, search Peter's Stripple. Yes, that guy is awesome. He built that. And he was having trouble with his battery, and I commented on one of his videos, hey, I got the battery for you. I need to follow more closely. I should just get some of those batteries, because I mean, the batteries that we use for the electric cars, they can do 800 amps, and I think he could use that on that little plane. So I should I should get in contact with him and then go and do a video together doing one of these batteries. It's just I don't think he knows, he's all into the RC world, and he doesn't know that there are batteries that are awesome that are non-RC, or whatever. If you know him, go and comment in this video so he can so he can get in his radar, and then we can do that. I would love to go over there and do a collaboration with him where I give him some batteries and he'll use them. You have to check out Peter. Yeah, he built an ultralight from 2 large electric motors, and he flew on it. It's the craziest thing. He built this thing out of cardboard and it's a foam board, right? And but he did use wood and aluminum and stuff. And then yeah, he hopped on that thing and he was flying around. And the funniest thing is that this giant, I mean, it's big plane for an RC plane, and it's not really an RC plane because he's on it, he's inside of it, but it just flies so slowly. It's like it's like in slow motion. ah let's see. I contact, oh my god, ow, hey, don't scratch me. Ever heard of the Muta DMD lithium packs? No, never heard of them. When you are testing 18650 battery, at what amp discharge rate should I set my IMAX charger? Well, on the IMAX charger, I used to do 1 amp, but as it turns out, you're gonna get the, I mean, at 1 amp, it's, well, yeah, for dead lata batteries, if you're using dead lata batteries, it's kind of high. And as it turns out, I think that my IMAX they're not that accurate. Hey, no, stop it. So these guys are, I don't know, maybe less accurate, but these are giving me higher numbers. So if I were to do like a cell that was like 1800 milliamp hours, for example, on an IMAX, and I pop it in here, it gives me more, like, close to 2000 milliamp hours, right? So I don't know. It's just, I think it doesn't really matter too much which charger you're using or how accurate your charger is. I think it matters that you just test all the cells with the same charger, right? So if you have this charger to start off, because then it tells you where they're at from each other. Here, whatever you choose as your cutoff point, then you'll be good. And then, then you'll have a better idea of what you got as far as a pack. Look for cells pulled from a Tesla P85D car or higher. They will have good price for high capacity Panasonic cells. So I actually have a couple of them, and I used to test them. And I think I used the IMAX, and it was the same thing. On an IMAX charger, this cell from a Model S battery only gave me 2694, so 2700 milliamp hours. But I just did that yesterday. I popped it in here in this thing, and this guys gave me 3171. So over 3000 milliamp hours, right? So which one would you believe more? The one that says this is way smaller than the spec shows, or the one that is closer to the spec? Because Model S batteries should be around 3400 milliamp hours if I'm correct. So I think maybe these are more accurate than my IMAX V6s that I used to use, right? So yeah, this is a Model S pack. I put this thing in here so it wouldn't, so it wouldn't short out. But then here's the other story. This is the batteries that are on my bus. Oh, no, wait a minute. No, it's the same thing. This is a Model S Tesla. Tesla Model S pack. And this is also 3168. So about the same as the other one with 62 milliohms resistance. Right? And then here's the other thing. Here's another Tesla battery. This is what's on my bus right now. These were what I thought they were 2600 milliamp hours, but I tested this one and it gave me 2823. So I don't know. Is it high or is it low? These are turning in higher. Those are turning in lower. I don't think it matters that much. I think it just matters that you test them with the same one, and then you get to keep the ones out. Another test that I'm going to do is I'm going to test the same cell over and over, like, I don't know, maybe 10 times in the same charger, and see how accurate the readings are between one charge cycle to the next, right? And then maybe I can like also test the same battery in all the chargers, pop it in one charger, pop it in another charger, and then to see if there are, of how far they are from each other. There's a bunch of things that you can find out that we just take for granted. You just, you know. But it takes time, right? Those videos just take a long time, and you gotta be like, I gotta be, uh, you know, I gotta be, what's the word, man? Organized to be able to do all that stuff. So I have a lot of ideas on all these videos that I can do. I've seen that plane up close 2 weeks ago at FlyFest. Oh, 2 weeks ago was FlyFest? Oh, that's a cool thing. I should go to one of those one of these days, and I can meet up those guys there. Uh-huh. Yeah, I hold a private pilot's license. It scares me that he flew in it. But hey, I mean, it's freaking awesome. It's electric. Yeah, that was a little sketchy, but I mean, it's great. His channel is growing so much fast because it's everything he does just seems so much fun. And sometimes I'm like, why am I doing these things that is like meaningful and stuff? Like I could just be blowing stuff up and be getting a bunch of subscribers. I don't know. The problem with using EV batteries for an ultralight is that they weighed a lot compared to the RC packs. It's not true. Not these guys. These are pretty good. Well, let's look at it. So they're 40 pounds. And they're 2.5 kilowatt hours. So what is that? Let's see. I kind of already did math and I thought like, damn, these are really good. So 2.5, right? Come on, man. That should be an easy problem. 2.5 divided by 40, right? So then you can get how much? So you get 625 watt hours per pound? No. 62 watt hours per pound? No. Yeah? Let's see. 62 times 40. Yeah. 62 something, right? So 2.2. So 62 times 2.2, right? Because that's 1 kilogram. So it's 136 watt hours per kilogram. Wait, right? Is that how that works? Can you guys check my math, please? Because I think that's what it works like, right? Let's see. So if that's true, so the Tesla packs are 55 pounds, and they're supposed to be 5.5 kilowatts, right? Oh, maybe, man. Maybe they're not as good as I thought. Right? Divided by 5.5 kilowatts divided into 55. Oh my god. Wait, so it's 1. So 100 watts. So 100 watts, watt hours times 2.2. Oh yeah, that's what it works out to be. So about 200, yeah, because the Tesla ones are about 220 watt hours per kilogram. Right? So that's what we said. Did I say 140? Is that what it came out to? Anyways, let's compare that. What are the LiPos batteries usually per kilogram? How many watt hours per kilogram? Because I think when I did some of the comparisons, I'm like, oh, these give out a ton of power, but they're not that great when it comes to like energy density. They're kind of big and heavy, right? But they just give you like a lot of power. At least from what I could find like readily available, you know what I mean? Like maybe there are some special cells that ultralights could use or whatever. Let's see here. What are we doing? Are there any good Alibaba vendors? We're trying to find them. I'm trying to find them. If you guys know of any Alibaba vendors, I mean, for a bunch of things there are, right? We bought the holders. I'm still waiting on the things, the standoffs. Hoping that I'm gonna find good ones there. I don't see anything on Facebook. Maybe different. Steve Cowell. I'm sleep. Typing from the East Coast. Don't wake me. It's dangerous. How many watts would you get? Are you still making camera stands? No. No, I'm no longer doing that. I'm doing YouTube full time now. I need small motorcycle battery with at least 200 amps. 12 volt LiPo voltage. Doesn't match alternator output, and 18650 doesn't have enough amps. A123 cells are too expensive. What should I do? Supercaps? Yeah, you can do supercaps, or you can do some of the ones that Tom is selling. Tom is selling A123s in this like packs for like not that much money. It's like, how much is it selling? Like $140 or something for a bunch of those. Oh yeah, how much did those work out to be per cell? They're pretty cheap, right? He's got let's see, eBay. In fact, let's just look at the link here, just in case. Oh man, oh yeah, that's the one. Yeah, what is the price? Those are so lithium iron phosphate. That's what you're looking at. Here we go. Those are the ones that he's selling, and I think those are priced pretty good. I don't know the condition of those batteries though. I haven't tested them, and I haven't seen anybody do like tests, like like quality tests, like how much energy is left. What's the degradation. So he's selling these for $149 per one, or he's selling two for $250. What is it? This store. Yeah, $250 for 2 packs, and each pack has oh man, how many of cells are those? I have some in here. I think they're 12S 4P. I think that's what they are. No? Does it say? Let's see. Let's see if the thing says here. Anyone can see that? Let's see. Cell weight is 70, 2300 milliamp hour. Typical. Oh, the thing comes up. It doesn't say how many cells per module, right? But I think it's like either 8 times 12. I think. Hey guys, what are you guys doing down there? These guys are fighting each other on the bottom there. And they're gonna get all my cables all jacked up. Okay, so I think there are 8 cells. Times 12, right? Have any of you guys bought any of those? Oh my god. You guys are gonna... So let's say it's 12 times 8. That would be 96 cells. Yeah, so I think it's 96 cells. Wait, really? Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 24. 24 times 4? Yeah, 96. It says 96 cells. So you divide $149 by 96. So you're, oh wow, so you're eventually paying $1.50 per cell. I don't know if that is a deal. How much do the 21 or A123s sell for these days, if you can find them? Yeah, 4 times 24, so it's 96 cells. So $1.50 per cell. 96 cells. Shipping $786 UPS worldwide saver. Yeah, man, you're far. You're way out there. That's why you're getting those prices. I haven't had the time to like mess around with these, but I think the problem with these is like this is like aluminum or something, right? So you can't solder onto them. So you have to like spot weld. So you have to get like a decent spot welder. I don't think you can use them with these little cheapy ones. But these are the A123s. 2.3 amp hours, I think, per cell. But these ones are not. I think these are like 1500 or 1300 milliamp hours. I think that's what they tested out on mine. So I was like, screw them. They're like 50% of the original capacity. Those are gone. But by the way, they can still push a ton of power. So I have a bunch of them. So I think I'm just gonna like build like some skateboard or something and just test it out, just to see, because some that I don't care about and just trash it out or whatever. I feel that I need less cells if I'm buying use. I need $1 cells, says Ian Archer. In your last live chat, you mentioned that the yellow LiPo 4 cells had highly variable aging characteristics. Were you referring to Winston cells? Yeah, Winston. Mine are not really Winston. Mine were Valcon. But they all came from the same factory. If you research like the history of those companies, it was like Calv and Winston and Valcon. They were like the three partners or something, and they like, they didn't see eye to eye, so they split up, and then they went their own ways or whatever. But they're like the same. It was the same guys that were doing all those cells. As I can't remember. Break the tabs off and spot weld to that piece left. Hey, get out of here. Angela just saying, when they run out of those cells, they will buy whatever else they can get their hands on, even if they are far worse. Yeah, that's my dad there. He likes to come into my live streams and just kind of check it out. I don't know if he understands how this thing works. I don't know if I've ever explained to him that I'm live and there's a bunch of you guys watching. He doesn't speak English, so he doesn't get what I'm saying. He doesn't realize that I'm talking about him right now. Angela, you was not. Okay, so let's see. I realize he passed 200,000. Yeah, finally passed the 200,000 subscribers. It's pretty cool. And, well, I don't know. Am I here? Let's see. I haven't loaded up the. I can't even look at the. Come on, man. Where are you? Oh, here we go. 200. Wait, come on. So that's not changing. Is that still true? Is there 206 of you guys still here with me? Because that would be pretty crazy. You guys are sticking. Hey, what are you doing? These guys are crazy, man. American Recycling. No, I'm not gonna feed you. Stop asking me. I ain't gonna give you some mojos. Join the Discord server. And our interaction. Oh, post the link to the Discord server. Let's see if I can. I have an account over there. I've joined another Discord things before. American, no idea. CJ, who if Tesla gave you 3 Powerwalls and 2 Tesla X for free, would you still be making and working on lithium stuff? Yeah, I mean, what do you mean? Like, I would probably give away some of those cars. Some of the Powerwalls, well, I'd take one Powerwall apart. I don't know if I'd install one. Maybe I'll install one, use it. I'll take one apart, and I'll probably give the other one away. Right? And then Two Tesla X. Whoa, the X ones? Oh, that definitely. I'd keep one, and I would sell the other one or give it away. No, I would give it away. That's probably worth more. And then and then yeah, and then I just keep doing what I'm doing. I'm not doing this just because this is what I have to do. This is what I want to do. I quit running a company, potentially making money, having employees. Because I hated it. Because this is more fun for me. You know what I mean? Like, I'm doing this because I want it, not really because this is the only thing that I can do. Although, I would be doing some different things had I had, more. Like, I definitely don't have a Powerwall right now because I can't afford it. I'm definitely not, like, doing what Rich is doing, buying two dead, crash, Teslas and making one out of it, right? Because I can't afford it. I probably, my projects would be a little bit different, I think, if I had more resources at my disposal, but definitely, I think I would be doing this, this in a different level, I think, or whatever. We're still here because of the dogs. The dogs are the stars. The dogs are the stars of this show right here, definitely. 234, really? Why is my thing stuck at 206? Man. Let's see. Let me redo it. Oh, you guys are right. 237. Man, this stuff is working. By the way, I don't know if you saw, like, my channel is growing like crazy right now, and part of the reason is because of Motherboard's video on Rich. Like, for some reason, we have similar, videos, or enough similarities that they're suggesting my video. And a lot of the people that watch that and like that, they're like, oh, this is another guy that's doing cool stuff. Boom, subscribe. So even though I'm not getting a ton of views right now, like no higher than usually, a little slightly higher than usual, maybe like 5-10% or something, I'm getting like crazy. It's been a couple of days where I've been getting like over 1,000 subscribers per day. And I couldn't really tell before, but now that I was like looking, I'm like, it's following the trend of that video. That video is going like that with the views, and my subscribers are following that line. So thank you, Rich, if you're watching this. Thank you for all the new subscribers. I'm like, I'm definitely capitalizing someone else's work. I need to go do a collab with him because I kind of have to. That's the next thing. That's pretty good. How that Lidocal sells. They fakes or what? Yes, they are fakes. Totally fakes. Not only did they not pass the test, they didn't do 20 amp hours, which proves that these are not LG HG2s. But Tom had someone in China yesterday, and they were at the Lidocal factory, and like near there was like a bunch of these battery companies, and they're selling them to Lidocal. And so, yeah, I think Lidocal is one of those companies that doesn't mind selling counterfeited stuff, like stuff that is not real. I think I'm gonna make a video. I think I'm gonna be like, hey, Lidocal, if you want us to keep buying your chargers, you need to stop selling fake batteries, right? I think there's enough of us to sway. Like, we're the only ones buying. We're not the only ones, but we're a big portion of who their market, emerging. We're an emerging market for them. I think they are probably putting in extra hours to try to make enough of these chargers because we're all buying a bunch of them. I'm like literally seeing on Amazon how many chargers you guys are buying, and it's like a ton of them. You guys are totally cleaning house, and so Tom alone has bought probably 1,000 of them chargers. I don't know how many do you have, Tom? Like a bunch of them, right? So now that we know that they're pushing fake sales on us, maybe we need to say, hey, figure it out. So we still don't know if the cheaper to buy gas than to put yourself into a battery pack and get how many miles out of it because we don't know what the overall cost of these batteries. Yeah, I mean, thank you, badass. Fred Weaver, thank you for the 20 bucks. I appreciate all your time and effort to bring us good info and data. Thanks, Jehu. Oh, thank you, Fred. Definitely appreciate that. Let's see. I respect you more than what I'm seeing than I am seeing you. Wow, thank you. Thank you. Right? That was a. Is that a compliment? Oh, so Discord. Oh, so you can give me a link, right? Is that what's happening here, Ian? So you have a code. Do I have to? Is that what it's? Is that what I have to do? Can you suggest a model number of LG 18650 for my motorcycle? Yes, LG AG2s, but not these guys. Get the real ones. those are those are pretty awesome batteries if you get the real ones. They can do 20 amps continuous. Are you growling at me? This guy's growling at me. And they're 3,000 milliamp hours. So these are pretty cool. The ones that we got here are 5 amp cells. They're 3,000 milliamp hour cells, right? But they're not power cells. I don't know if you build a big enough battery pack, then you don't need high power off of your battery pack. So yeah, you might have to think about that when you're designing your battery pack. DJuz787, thank you for the $5. Join the Discord server. Still under construction, but let's get it chatting. Okay, so let's see. So let me log in, and then like I can put a link, right? Discord. Let's see. Oh, I have Discord. I think is that an app? I think I have an app installed on my computer. Let's see. Discord. Yes, I do. Let's see. And I know Physics had also a server. Getting dunked. Okay, come on. Buffing before the raid. Starting. What is that? Come on, man. It's taking a little while. Let's see. Oh, there we go. That one opened up. So do I just... Streamer mode is enabled. Stay safe, friends. What? So do I just have to put the code? At the code? Search for server channels or DMs. Okay, so do I have to remove the at? Is that what it is? Come on. How come it's not letting me? So I have a page where it says search for server channels or DMs, and then I pasted your code, but it's not doing anything. Anybody know what's going on here? Okay. Yeah, it doesn't do anything when I click on the thing. What's going on? You guys know what is happening? Let me click here. Let's see. Links on my About tab, my channel. Anyone who wants to join, everyone else. Oh yeah, links on Physics. He has a thing. Yes, I didn't know Discord. I've been to a couple times the Physics one. And then that was it. Bottom of the screen, whack the plus button. Okay. Bottom of the screen, the plus button. Bottom of the screen. Oh, okay, here we go. Boom. Join a server. Then the number, join. Oh, there you go. Looks like a suitable base for an e-bike. There we go. So there's online, there's 6. There we go. So there. Wait. So what? How does that? See, that's my problem. I don't really understand this thing. Does the chat? Come on. I'm doing my thing. This guy wants to be on camera, I think. Right? Is that what's happening here? Look at these guys. Look at this guy. He's interested in the food. Look at the audience. Look. You're not a good guy, man. You need to get better at this if you want to share the screen with me. There we go. Whoa. Click on the plus, so fake, electric. Stop it. Why is your cam so out of focus? Oh, sorry. Yes, the camera is like crazy. It searches for focus. The dog show. Everybody's here for the dogs. I'm just here trying to warm up the audience for the dogs. It's like a group on Facebook. Oh, okay. Yeah. You just explain to go buy would cost you how much, make a 20 amp battery pack. Please convert a VW Beetle to electric. I actually have done that. Not a Beetle, but we converted a Gia, and I'm supposed to finish the video, and it's just one of those things that is just, never finished it kind of thing, which sucks. It's like the video is almost there. Like I just need the battery part, but then the thing changed, and then so I need to finish that. I got 33 cases of 60 cells at their sale price of $94 per case. Each battery is 12 times 10 cells. What? Where did you get those batteries? Just need to couple more billionaires to make more battery factories here in the USA, and sales would go down. No, it's gonna happen, man. That is going to happen. Happy Friendship Day, Jehu. Happy Friendship Day. Is that today? The Gia was awesome. Did you ever get that hoverboard skateboard going faster? No, not yet. But I haven't been working on it. I gave it a shot. I recorded all the stuff. So I have the footage. I need to work on the video. And then basically I'm to the point where like the only thing I haven't tried now is to actually up the voltage. And then see that. Well, yes. That's the only thing. Because I tried a bunch of different things. Yeah, you guys are going to see. It's like a bunch of different things, and none of them worked. And some of the most interesting one, and some of the, maybe, it's going to be like, you're going to see how dumb I am, I guess, is when I went about trying to rewind that whole thing. Just did it all wrong. Jehu, I can fix your crappy internet. I'll shoot you an email in the morning. Yes, do it. I would love to have fast internet. 25 down, 25 up. Man, that's my dream right there. I mean, 100 up and 100 down. I mean, that would be the thing, right? But if I can get 25, that's what I used to have down the street here at Jack 35. It's available on commercial spaces, but here residential, you can't get anything. I can't get more. So the only other thing is would be to go 300 down and 20 up, right? But it's through the same system, and I think it's the same thing. It's like it's fast most of the time, but it's just in and out. It's just like intermittent, like it's just all over the place. So it's still the same problem for streaming up. And definitely I need to figure something out because okay, I'm going to share something with you guys. Don't steal this idea. Whatever you do, don't steal it. If you steal it, I'm coming after you. So I want to get this set up where I have these things that are checking battery life, cycle life of these cells. But then at the same time, because it's a long process, and people need proof, like different amounts of proof to either to decide if they're gonna buy a battery or not. Then what I want to do is set up like a computer, a PC, crap, you know what I mean? I get nightmares thinking about it. But I'm gonna set up PCs. The tester needs a PC anyway, so then I want to be able to stream it live 24/7 as the battery is going, and then you can log in and be like, oh, let me see how the LG HG2 is doing. Let me see. I checked it a couple of weeks ago. Let me check. Boom, and then you can go in there, and then like this thing, each one of the streams, I can set up my second channel to be streaming, and you can be streaming, I think, an unlimited amount of streams, and they don't have to be like, there's not a lot of happening, right? It's just like the actual graph of data going up and down, and each, the numbers of each graph. And so then a lot of people can be in comment there on the thing, and then, hey, I found a new source of these batteries. Here's a link. We can post and we can have conversations there. And each one of the batteries will have, its own live stream, and that can kind of create, watch minutes, I think, for people. And I can probably monetize that channel, because I have a second channel, but I can't monetize it because I can't reach the number of subscribers over there, and I haven't pushed it and stuff, right? But it turns out even like me with 200,000 subscribers, all I have to do is open up another channel and then upload a video there and then watch it. No one get 0 views to realize that oh, this thing is hard. I can't believe this took years to get to this point, and you kind of forget that, because now you're here. This is your reality. But if I was to get rid of my channel or they were to kick me off, I'd start from 0 again. It's it would be just as hard, I think, than the first time. So I want to set up a couple of channels, and I think that would be a good resource for them. So I need a fast connection if I'm going to do that, if I'm going to be doing multiple streams 24/7 for all these batteries and stuff cycling, right? And so that's an idea that I have. I need fast internet connection. If you can help me get some fast internet connection here, man, that would totally help me. It would help you guys. I got 299 down and 23 up. Oh, okay, yeah. So those speeds are available here. That's the top speed that I can get. 300 down and 20 up. But yeah, it doesn't work, I don't think. Luna Cycle just posted Luna Cycle and take 2,200 pound rider 40 miles. Oh, wow. Do you even lift? No, I don't lift. Why? Do I look like I lift? No, I don't do any exercise whatsoever. I lift burgers into my mouth like that. Mostly chicken sandwiches now. Not a lot of burgers these days. Welcome to Australia. Let's see. Oh, Raspberry Pi Zero will work. Oh, so basically you're saying have that, because you can load up Windows on a Raspberry Pi, right? Is that what you're saying? So that would be like a minimalist PC to have per unit, and then that would be have its own stream out, and then I'd have another battery tester with the little Pi. I mean, yeah, I would need help to make all that work. Because like I said, I don't want to touch Windows, but I just have to, I think. Everybody makes stuff for Windows. Everything that I want to do is only available for Windows, Use a SBC for that. That seems easy. It could work for online. It seems easy to work software, but hardware, I think it would be kind of hard. Well, you don't need to figure it out. There's the testers are already exist. I think if you're a Pi, yes. What's your second channel? My second channel is available in every video. At the end of the video, there's a link to there's a link to my Twitch, and there's a link to my second channel. And I post, so I have 2 channels, right? I post music, and I used to post music there, but again, it's so much work. I like the live stream cycling idea. Battery for well, it would be useful. So you're Well, if I don't see too much degradation in the first 100 cycles, then I'm sold on this battery, right? Boom, and there's a place where you can go and check. Hey, let's see what they're doing. Oh, that's at 100 cycles. How much degradation is in the first? Oh, okay. But maybe some people are like, nah, screw that. I need to see 200 cycles. So it takes a different amount of proof for people to like either say yes, I want to use this battery on my project, or no, I don't want to use this battery on my project. And so this would give you that. This doesn't exist. No one else is doing this right now. There's like, I mean, there's papers maybe. There's like some like we have to trust the manufacturers, right? And like I said, hey, manufacturers not really, it's not like they don't have a motive to like do whatever they even say, lie to like get us to buy their batteries or use their batteries, right? So again, we're just trusting them or someone else's work that we're gonna get cycle life and stuff, and like it's all we're all just guessing at this point, and I don't like that about the batteries. Like there's easy way to do it. You just gotta cycle them. Someone's got to do it. I have the incentive to do it. I could set it up, and then everyone could just watch that, and I could become like that channel could become the thing. The place where all the cells are being checked. You know what I mean? Like one day Tesla is gonna send me cells so he can put them on there because that's I don't know. For that limit. Not when there's tons of cells. Not when it's such a pervasive question and so many people would want to see, right? And it's like when it takes months to do a test, you're like, oh, I'll get back to you in a few months. And it's like, why don't I just put it up there and I never have to get back to anybody? It's just there for everyone to see. It's like a live stream doesn't cost anyone anything, and you can have multiple live streams on a channel going up, and it doesn't cost anything other than the data that is going. But again, there's not going to be a lot of stuff happening in this live stream. It doesn't have to be like the most high resolution or anything. It just has to be like a thing that is up, that it's sending out info, like live info. You know what I mean? Like on all these batteries and stuff. And then it's not only just new batteries. When we're gonna get new cells. I mean, when we get access to cells that are used too. That's information that is worth it for us, because you're taking a chance when you're buying stuff. Building. Let's see. Pi will run a version of Windows, not the same thing though. Can you post the link for the Discord in the chat? Oh, how do I post the link to this Discord? Let's see. Because I have the app. I don't have the thing. Can you post the link on the Discord, and then I can like copy it and then post it in here? Because I don't know how to get the link to it. I'm dumb when it comes to this technology, this new thing. Because I'm not using the browser, I'm actually using an app, Discord app, on my computer. Someone installed it for me. I don't know who. What's the link to this? Come on. Oh, there we go. Oh, there we go. That is the thing. Check it out. There we go. Boom. There's the link to the Discord. I have 5 Pis. 2 Pi 2, 2 Pi 3B plus, and 1 Pi 0. Wow, that's crazy. Mefe Gonzalez, thank you for the $1.99. Testing performance quickly is done by pushing the limits on all levels. Compare this to same test at 10% below top limit, then again at 20%. Graph results to estimate life. Yeah, but it's all an estimation, right? And that's the thing. It's all an estimation. What if you actually have... I mean, I know cycling is also an estimation because A robot cycling a battery left, up and down is not the same as you're gonna get in the real world. But I think it's a lot. I think it's a lot, at least in my opinion, it's a lot closer to the real world results than just estimation. And just you run a bunch of numbers. When you message mark as read, let's see, what is the message? Welcome, guys. Okay, what happened here? Let's see. The RPi is also not the best option when you need something that can run for months without issue logging data. Oh, I see. You should put it on a website instead of YouTube, like GDAX for batteries. Yeah, can you do like streaming or stuff? Because like I said, like I think it would be useful for people just to be able to log in at any time. It's like, oh, someone's like, what is the thing with this battery? And then you're like, oh, there's an ongoing test cycle life test on this battery. Where's it at? Oh, it's 3 months in. Oh, it's 3 weeks in or whatever. It would be definitely a thing. I know it sounds dumb right now until you see it, until you see a bunch of channels. You're like, oh, these are all the live streams for all these batteries. I'm interested in this one because I want to think about buying it. Boom. Definitely would make sense. It's not. I don't think it wouldn't be a huge expense or anything. What would happen if you put a 1 kilowatt inverter in series of 3 or more? Would it explode? I don't know what that means. What do you mean, Felipe Chavez? You have to describe more of that. My 1,000 watt inverters, grid tie inverters, you can parallel them. Put 3 of them in the same thing, and then it will push 3,000 amps into the same AC line. You can also do split phase. You can have 2 lines sharing the common or whatever, and then put 2 of those in there, and it'll send 1,000 watts to each phase. So you can do 2 phase or split phase with those. You can even do 3 phase according to the instructions. You can put 3 phase, put them in 3, then you can do 3,000 watts. One can do into the thing. So I don't know if that's what you were asking, or you were asking about some other inverters if you want to do that. Let's see here. Have you checked out Robert Murray Smith's Make Your Own Battery concept? I did watch a couple of his channels back in the day. I haven't kept up to see where he's at. What is this? Does he have a battery that is working? Does he have a thing? On your own site, you have full control and ownership, independent. Yeah, but then on your own website, you have to manage it. You have to pay for everything. You have to build a website, and I'm like, if there's just a platform where I can just put it on there, boom, and I can kind of monetize it to pay for, the extra work that I'm doing, go. It's just I'm trying to find ways to, I'm trying to find ways so that I can monetize all the work that I'm doing, but it does take a lot of work from me because, again, I'm trying to find ways to find time to make videos, and at this point, I thought I was there. Right now, this whole videos are paying my own bills, but I still can't make enough money. I still can't stop doing the things that are making money enough to have all the time available to make videos. So it's still kind of I'm still in this like transitional period that is kind of frustrating for me. I want to be able to do less of the things that I have to do to make money and more of the things that actually generate. Well, videos may generate money too, but they don't generate enough money without doing all these other stuff, like creating, affiliate links, doing all this other stuff, right? It's like, it doesn't work that way. I will send you a letter in the mail with the link to Discord, says James Torres. You can live stream on your own website with software. Yeah, well, yeah, right. But don't you then have to have like a server? Well, I think you can use like YouTube to do the live streaming, right? You can like embed streams, right? Is that what you're saying, or you're saying actually set up a server that is then doing the streaming? And because that's they used to do them back in the day, right? My brother used to do that for websites. They used to like have to show video in the website before YouTube and stuff, right? Before it was cheap and easy to upload videos to the YouTube. I mean, to the internet via YouTube. Then you have to do your own server, your thing. Can Facebook have multiple streams? I don't know. I don't know if Facebook can do multiple streams. I have two inverters connected to my power wall. It hasn't exploded yet. Have people submit battery to test on backwall, then run a race for shortest and longest cycles. Resource price for the first and last. Wait, shortest and fast and longest cycles. Well, the largest battery is gonna have the longest cycle, right? Or how does that work? Is LG 18650 B4 a better cell for e-vehicles? I don't know. The B4. What does that cell look like on the spec sheet? Come on. Is there, let's see here. Let's look it up. Let's look at the spec sheet. Battery space. Ooh, wait, is that say 3600 milliamp hours? 18650 batterystore.com? That can't be right? Well, actually, this one, that's what we're looking at here, right? No, it's 2600 milliamp hours. According to this thing. Wait, but is this the number? Is that the number of the battery? Is that what we did? According to this is a 2600 milliamp hour battery. I mean, the one that you posted before. And standard charge. So half a C, 1250 milliamps. Max charge, standard discharge, 0.2 C, 500 milliamp hours. Max discharge current, below 20 C, 5 C to 45 degrees Celsius, 2 C, so 5 amps. And 45 to 60 degrees C is 1.5. Wait, what? So those are the temperatures that you're supposed to discharge? Who checks that before? So this battery goes all the way to 60 degrees. Yeah, see the max that it shows here is a 2C cell with 5 amps. 5 amp load on that battery. I mean, you just have to put enough of them in parallel to match your amps on whatever that you're building. What are you building? Whatever you're building, just take your e-vehicle, right? If you need 1,000 amps, then you have to divide 1,000 amps by 5 amps. 1,000 amps peak, by the way, not continuous. You got those are two different measures or whatever, and then that's how many in parallel. The group of parallels, and then whatever your voltage is going to be, then you put those in series. You could use the server on your own website to live stream. Okay, come on. Is that it? Okay. Google Hangouts is the best way to do multi-user streams. Yeah, I remember Google Hangouts were like really confusing. To the Discord server. Oh, so here's a link to the Discord server again. Oh, no, wait a minute. I clicked on something else. Never mind. I lost the link. I'd have to go and check it out again. Have you visited any lithium ion manufacturing facility or thought of manufacturing your own cells? No, I mean, no, I haven't visited. I want to visit a thing. It would be great. No, I don't want to manufacture anything ever again. I want to make videos for a living. That's what I. That's my thing right now. I mean, someday maybe that'll change, but as of right now, I'm like, I don't want to make anything. I don't want to ship anything. I don't want to hire people. I don't want to be anybody's boss. I kind of been there, done that. I didn't like it. What is the highest capacity 1860 cells you have? Any 4,000 milliamp hours? No, those don't exist. I don't think so. The highest ones are the 3,400 milliamp hour cells that I have. I have a box full of them. I used to have 4 boxes of them. But then I've used a lot of them for my skateboards, which I was dumb. I should be saving those for my bus, but whatever. I did that. I did it. It's cool. Now I need to hire. I mean, hopefully, maybe if these turn out to be good, then I'm buying a bunch of these. Sorry, before I post a link so that you guys can buy it. Then damn, I have to figure out where am I going to get money so I can buy a bunch of these. I'm going to have to sell some of the other cells. Oh yeah, I can sell a bunch of these. I have a bunch of these in the wall there that I'm not using. I'll sell them to you guys so I can make money so I can buy some of those. Because I can't do my eSamba battery project, right? So I gotta replace the battery, put more battery in there to get like 300 miles, but I can't do it without the cells. I'm not starting without the cells because you kind of have to have all the cells. And I've been I've been offered cells to do that project, but they haven't materialized. So now I made the decision that I can't wait forever for. So I'm just gonna buy them. I'm just gonna buy the cells, do it on my own. Then I don't have to like rely on anyone, and I don't have to. There's always strings attached to everything, and so I don't want strings attached to my bus. I don't understand how selling power to the grid works when you have a solar panel and a power wall. Well, I think you charge your power wall first. Then once that power wall is fully charged, then if there's extra energy that being produced from your panels and your house is not using it, then you send that out to the grid and then you sell it. So anything that's left over or extra, then you sell it there. You gotta do live streams when my wife's not around. The really long ones, anyways. She doesn't like our long live streams? Come on, wife. Get on board. I came in late, but how can we stop the fake Chinese cells coming in, please? So, yeah, I don't know. So I think I left a negative review on the sellers, right? But it's hard to find. All you see is the good reviews on top of them. I think the marketplaces, they kind of help the sellers. The Chinese thing, it's different than here. Here, the buyers have all the power. Over there's the sellers, right? But I don't know. I think we can do targeted. I think Light of Color, we can I think we can pressure them into stop selling fake cells. If we threaten to stop buying their chargers, right, or making a bunch of videos where we say don't buy from Light of Color because they sell fake cells, because they're a shady company or whatever, then maybe we can have a dent. But I think any other seller, I think we have very little leverage on them. They're just okay, whatever. You don't know who I am. You don't know anything. Boom, they just start up another username with another company with another fictitious thing, and they sell them over there. You know what I mean? And there's enough people that are buying a few cells here and there that it would be hard to make a dent. There's just so many people in the world, and we're all buying cells. I mean, not us. We're a different. I think we're a different group. Like we're the ones that were like, we don't want just 2 cells. We're gonna buy you 100 cells, 200, 1,000 cells from you. You know, so we have much more buying power, and so I think maybe yeah we can do like a targeted things. Like we'll hit one seller, we'll put them out of business, and we'll hit another one. But you know, again, it's like it would be a I mean, it would be a good effort, but I don't know if I want to spend too much time doing that. I'd just rather spend that time looking for good sources of batteries. The thing is, there's an incentive for me to do something because there's a lot of international people that don't have access to the cells that we have here in the U.S. So if I can figure something out in China, I think I'm just gonna have to go to China and just like meet up face to face with one of these guys that has a factory and be like, look, you got to sell good quality. You can't sell us fake stuff because if you sell us fake stuff, then we're gonna have problems. You know, and then maybe strike up a deal with one of those, and then once we know that it's a secure, you know, source batteries that they're not gonna screw us or whatever, uh, then yeah, maybe that's what we need to do. I need to just get my passport, go to China, meet up with those, you know, Chinese manufacturers, and then set up our own thing, and then you know the minute so all these if we all buy from them, right, and then you get a batch, and as soon as you know you notice that the batch is not good, then you let me know right away, and then boom, we're on them. You know what I mean? Maybe that would work. Maybe that's the thing that we have to do. Jehu, get Discord on your phone so you can chat with the Discord server. Oh, I have the Discord thing here. Well, see, that's the reason why I didn't want to set up another thing, because we have a chat here. I can't be doing 2 chats at the same time. Let's see. I have the chat open here. It's just another window. And I don't see a lot of stuff happening over there. What's going on over there? You can't stop them. It's an art form to sell fake goods. Can you turn electric Samba with solar on the roof? Yeah, solar on my roof of my house. I can do it. Not on the roof of the car. It's just not big enough to actually have anything useful. And I don't want my bus to sit out there in the sun all day. It's in my garage. I don't have mine over there. Oh, for when you're not live streaming. I see. That's what you're saying. Okay. I see. By the way, guys, I get tons of messages everywhere. And so many that I can't answer all of them. So if I set up Discord, it's just another place for me to ignore messages. That's funny. I mean, I try my best. You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to the Double Pow factory in Cheshire in a few months. Surely we go together as business partners, says DJ787. You can't trust China, says Physics. They will do things good when you're there, and they will change to make it cheaper. Then you have to go back and straighten them out. I've been there. Yeah, so then the other thing is if it becomes a thing. So here's the thing. We need a source, right? If it becomes a thing, then we can hire someone in China to keep an eye on them. I think that's how it usually works. And that's why I never manufacture products in China, because I'm like, I can't be doing this. Like, I don't need to, like, babysit some Chinese guy to sell me good product. And then they're going to be selling my products like someone else, and someone else is going to slap their name on my products. Now I'm competing with my own product. I'm like, screw that. I'm just doing everything here in the States. But it's hard with batteries, I think, right? I mean, it's not actually that hard for batteries. We have enough batteries here in the States to actually do our own things. It's just for everyone outside of the United States. There's a bunch of you guys that are watching this from outside of the United States, and I would be, you know, so great to be able to give you a link and be like, here, buy these batteries here. They're tested good. We checked them out. We We talk to the guy, we know the guy, we trust the guy, but it just doesn't happen. And I don't think shipping batteries is going to become easier. I just don't think that's ever going to be a valid thing. I'm looking at places to buy new cells. Have any of you guys bought uh, from Lion Wholesale? Yeah, have any of you bought from Lion Wholesale? I've seen that website. I finally just bought from IMR battery, and they seem legit. They seem like it's a good place. The prices are not cheap. They're not the cheapest, but sometimes they're the only ones that have like a sell, right? So these were like $15 on Amazon. I ended up paying like $8 on IMR. So they're cheap when you look at that, right? But it's just Amazon is selling like for vapors or whatever, for vape people that are only going to buy two, and so they got to make enough money. So that's the retail price. And IMR is selling, kind of wholesale. Yeah, and they're still retail package. They come like this. I'm like, now I gotta take them off of all these little boxes. What's up with that? What's your view on battery swapping method to overcome charging time? Will it worry users about ownership? I think it would work. I think if you rent the battery, for example, it would work because you don't care. You're like, who cares? It's not my battery. I'm just using it. I'm just using the energy on it. This is not my battery. It's someone else's. I just want the energy that's in it. Here, you go to a changing station. You leave it there. If you get a worse battery, you're like, who cares? I'm just using the energy stored in it. If it gives me less, you just give it back and you get another one. I think it would work. I just think it's it was too early. I think when Tesla did it. You know what I mean? Like, um, so yeah, I think it would work. It's just you'd have to have someone set up a whole infrastructure. So again, like gasoline. Like, oh, you mean you can have like these places where you can buy gasoline and then pump it into your car? Seems like a simple thing now, but go back 100 years ago and you're like, wait, you have to have a bunch of like places where you store all the gasoline. How do you get it there? Oh, it's a huge thing. It's like it requires a whole lot of infrastructure. It would be sound crazy at one point, right? But now it just happens. It's there. It's a thing that is happening every day. So I think the same thing would be with that. It's just someone has to invest in it. It's hard. I heard it's kind of illegal to use DIY grid tie with those Amazon inverters. Yes, it is. Have you had any issues? Also, could you use a grid tie inverter to connect to a normal inverter since they have a wide range? Also, could you use a grid inverter to connect to a normal inverter? Yeah, so they are. There is. I don't know how they are selling it. I think everybody's just plugging them in illegally because if you're tying into the grid tie, you have to have it inspected. Have to have it, yeah, permitted and inspected. But I think if you just do like a little thing, a little installation, you're not doing a massive thing, then you can do it. Uh, on what I'm doing is I'm trying to like prevent energy to flow back, right? Because I don't. Well, that's wasted energy, so that's why I'm using sort of the stuff, right? I'm gonna do my thing where it just runs according to how much amperage goes through here. I put the cable on here. This thing has a little thing you can set it when it hits 4 amps, or 6 amps or whatever. Then it turns on. It closes the switch, and I can have equipment. So, but I can have another one right next to it, and if it goes over 8 amps, then it can turn the next, you know, inverter. And so what it'll essentially what it'll do, it'll match whatever load is on my electrical service. It'll turn enough of those to match that or closely match that, right? And that way I can, you know, mostly use my battery power instead of using it from the grid, at least from 12 noon to 6 p.m. every day. And that's what I'm going to try to do with these simple little things here. That way, it's never flowing back into the grid, and so I'm just using the energy that I store on my batteries myself. It's still kind of illegal. It's still not, it's still kind of a hack, but I think that's what I'm all about hacks. And you could totally, I think, power the grid tie inverters with a regular inverter. So you can create your own mini, grid or microgrid. I haven't tried it yet. I'm probably gonna try it. I don't know how to balance the loads. Those are designed to like just push out whatever you can. The only way I found to throttle them is to actually lower the voltage coming in. So those ones are 36 volts. If you put a 24 volt battery, they actually only give you about 600 watts. So about 60%. And so that's one way to prevent them from running, like at peak 100% of the time. If you set up a 24 volt battery bank, you plug in these 36 volt inverters, I think you can run them all day, and I think they'll be fine because they'll run at not at full power. So that's another test that I want to do. So yeah, there's a few things that I got to try out, but I know it's possible to do because other people have done it. Just a thought. Yeah, I gotta start doing them earlier. It's just I'm usually like busy doing stuff earlier, and then by the time I get to it, I'm like, oh my god, it's 8 o'clock already. Let me just try to go live. And it's usually when I don't have enough time to work on a video, right? I'm working on a few videos at the moment, but whenever I'm like tired of editing, I'm just like, just let's just go live and I can talk about this thing. There's just too much stuff going on. It's 2 a.m. Eastern time. Yeah, it's 11:30 here. I think I'm gonna call it quits here in 6 minutes, guys. I went to Discord and now there's only 19 people there. Is there 19 people in here? Let's see. Let's click on it. How can you tell? So there's a DIY energy. There's 4 people there. And then this one here. Welcome to the beginning of the general channel. Okay. I love your filmmaking style on your longer length episodes. Have you ever thought about getting more into the video and production industry? Yes, in fact, I come from that world, right? I used to manufacture stuff for the film industry. I'm actually a YouTuber, a content creator first, battery, tech guy second. So I want to make more videos with stories, except that this is kind of helping me make money right now and kind of become independent from any other stuff. But I think as soon as I get there, then I think I'm going to be facing away from all this battery stuff. I think I'm always going to be kind of somehow related and doing projects with like technology and renewable energy and stuff. But I think my content will shift to like more production style stuff. So I've done a couple of like documentary style videos, and it's just kind of disheartening because those are the videos that take the most amount of work and like the ones that I'm more proud of, but they seem to just do. No one watches them here. Like, so maybe it's like you guys are the wrong crowd for that, and I just need to do it and do it more until like more of that crowd or like can start following me and they can appreciate it. But I think is in general, I think that's just content that doesn't do great on YouTube, because I see channels like Beam, right? They did a story on me, and for example, the Puerto Rico thing that they did was great. I thought it was done great, and it's a bigger channel, but it's not that much bigger than me. They have trouble growing, even though they have great, docu style videos. People are just not watching them, and they're not growing as fast. I think the video they did on me has got like 60,000 views or something. It's not that great. The one that Motherboard did Now that one is doing better. That one just hit 1 million views, but well, the channel has also 1 million views, so 1 million subscribers. So it's a bigger channel. So I'm trying to figure out what am I gonna do, which type of content I'm going to be. It's like I'm happy making one type of content, but that doesn't seem to be the content that generates income. And I think at one point I'm going to be okay with doing that, but I think right now I kind of have to generate income, so I'm doing a lot of this stuff that you guys want to see. This is a hot topic right now: batteries, DIY, power walls and stuff. So that's why I'm embracing it. I mean, it's not like I don't like doing it. It's a cool thing. I totally could do it. It's just I kind of don't have the money to do it either, to do it right. People ask me like, how come you don't have like a beginning to end Powerwall video where you explain step by step? I'm like, I don't have the money to build one for myself, so I can't do the video. You know what I mean? Like, I'm doing what I can with what I got, and I'm just like not there, not there yet. So that kind of sucks. But I think like I said, I'm doing what I want to be doing, so I don't have much to complain about here. Um, first world problems, right? That's all I got. Grid tie inverters have requirements for anti-islanding. Rule 21 in California, as well as IE limits on harmonic output, which requires pure sine wave output with filtering. That would be, if anybody knows how to check that. If anybody has the ability to check the pure sine wave output, the how clean the signal coming out of these cheap inverters, contact me. Let me know. I would love to work with someone that can show me, because that has come up a few times, and I'm like, I don't know, how clean the power is coming off of these, but it's supposed to match the grid, yeah, and so it matches the grid. I'm sure, I don't know, maybe it's introducing a bunch of noise to